Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is another episode of the C programming series, and in this video we are going to learn about taking input from the user instead of just defining some variables inside of our code so that the user can instruct our program to do something that we want. So let us jump right into it. So alright, as you can see, I have completely deleted all of the code that we implemented in the main function in the previous video because we are going to start fresh in this video. So if you haven't watched the last video, go and watch it. And if you remember, we created variables, we learned how to make variables inside C in that video. And in this video we are gonna basically have the user kind of give input for those variables. So first let us start off by creating an integer called number and set it to, let's say, 2, even though that doesn't really matter because now we are going to read that number from the user. So in order to read that number, we use a function called scanf, which is just like printf, except instead of like putting something to the screen, it takes something from the screen. So what we do is we can actually call that function by saying scanf and putting parentheses, and this also requires a string, but this string is only for formatting. We tell it what kind of data we need in this string. We actually do not like put any text here. Putting any text here will have no effect. What we need to do is we need to specify the type. So since our value is a number, I can inside this string just put a formatting option for D here, like that, which remember stands for decimal number. And what we are going to do is we are going to add a comma after that, and then we are going to say and number. And the reason we put this and sign here is because in C, this scan function is actually going to change the number variable. It's going to take it from whatever it is right now and set it to something else. And whenever we want to pass a variable that we need to change, we need to provide we need to prefix it with an and symbol. And we'll go into the details of this later, why we need to do so when we learn about pointers. But for now, just remember that whenever you use scanf, you need to put an and sign before the number, and that's pretty awesome. So now we can actually go in and printf again, and here of course we are not going to put the and sign. We are going to say you entered, then we are going to put a formatting decimal here and then put a new line, and we are going to not put the and sign because this is actually not going to modify the number. You for now just only put it in the scanf, and that's pretty awesome. And if we can also put something like enter a number here so that the user knows what to do. And this actually should allow us to have the user put a number, and then we are going to input that same number back to the user. Inside my terminal here, if I use GCC to compile it using GCC hello.c, and let's just keep the file name as a for now, and you can see it takes a little bit of while to compile because compilation is a bit it takes depends on the size of your project how long it will take. And if I run the program, you can see it asks us to enter a number, and I can say something like 53 here, and it says you entered 53, and you can see that it is actually working correctly. And whenever you are taking something in with scanf, the user must press the enter key after entering whatever value they need to enter for the program to read it correctly. So right now we have got a basic program working, but there are a couple of ways in which we can make it more interesting. So what we can do is that we can actually turn this into a mini calculator kind of app. So what we will do is we will change this number variable to x actually, so because in math usually x is used, and I'm going to like add another integer here called y, because of course you can make multiple variables. And if you are making two variables like side by side of the same type, you don't actually need to do this twice. We can just add a comma and say y is equal to 2. You don't need to put the int twice, but you do need to initialize them separately, even though the initialization in this case doesn't mean anything since we actually don't keep that value, but still we are doing it. And here you can see Visual Studio Code is giving me some errors because now my variable is not named number, it is named x, so I need to replace this with x. Now that's pretty awesome. I can just copy and paste the printf and scanf statements here, and we can say something like scanf y instead of scanning x. So we are going to do that, and in the printf statement we are going to change this to something like their sum is this, and we are going to say x plus y. and that's basically all we need for our calculator. But to make this even better, I'm going to replace this enter a number by enter another number, because this is the second number we are taking. And we can actually go do interesting stuff here by we can actually remove the new line here, by the way, because we can just have the user enter the number on the same line, and that will work correctly. And we can actually make this a bit more interesting by adding this kind of format here, which means a number plus another number is equal to another number. And we can put x here, y here, and x plus y after. And remember, the order matters, so it's going to basically say x plus y is equal to whatever the value of x plus y is. And that is pretty awesome. So now let's try compiling and running this program. So that's pretty easy to do. We can just say gcc hello.c like that, and if I run my program now, what you should see is that it asks me to enter a number and my cursor stays on the same line. I can enter 32 for example, and another number I can enter 15. You can enter any number you like here, and you can see it says 32 plus 15 is equal to 47, which is correct. So yeah, these are pretty much it for this video. I will see you in the next one, in which we'll add more stuff and learn about control flow and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that, and make sure to like and subscribe as well, and share this video with other people, and I will see you in the next one, and bye.